morning edition of the Reality of Wrestling. For the Row, I'm Matt Topolsky, and we will have an update on the condition of Rex Andrews after the brutal attack last week. And of course, we are going to set the table for the action here tonight. And to help me do that is my broadcast colleague and analyst, Brad Gilmore. Brad, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Matt. I mean, what we saw with Rex Andrews, Gino La Familia, was one of the most shocking things that we've ever seen. Rex Andrews coming off the biggest match of his career against Booker T, a match in which he lost, then going to defend that championship against Gino. We saw what happened. It was just devastating.
And it was shocking as well. You could sense that some things were changing in Gino, and then, of course, his brutal attack on Rex Andrews at the end of that main event against Booker T. But then for him to stand there, for him to co-sign, for him to shake the hand of the devil himself, Aiden Cristiano, and then participate in that gang assault that broke Rex Andrews' arm was shocking to everyone here at the World Gym Arena.
Yeah, everyone was in silence, and what we're hoping to get to you all tonight here at the Reality of Wrestling, we're hoping to get a medical update of Rex Andrews. We know he's injured. We don't know how hurt. Apparently, Booker T has a big update for us that hopefully we can provide to everybody at home.
Well, we will hopefully have that for you tonight later on in the broadcast. As it pertains to the action here tonight, Luke Hawx makes his Reality of Wrestling return with his son PJ, the first father and son tag team in Reality of Wrestling history, and they are going up against Fly Def, the tag team champions. What a way to make your debut as a father-son tag team, Brad.
And the tag team of the year was Fly Def at the 2018 Raw Awards that just took place. But we talk about Luke Hawx, talk about PJ Hawx, a father-son tag team, something I don't think that we've ever seen in wrestling since, I don't know, Rocky Johnson and Rocky Maivia, or going back to Greg and Vern Gagne in the AWA. This is a very rare occurrence. And tonight, for them to have a shot at the tag team champions, although it's non-title, this is going to be a monumental occasion for PJ and Luke Hawx.
Absolutely, but we're going to start off the action here tonight with the Samoan Werewolf, Fatu, and we're not going to waste any more time. We take it up to the ring.
Following contest scheduled for football. Introducing first, from Abilene, Texas, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is one half of the pool, Kendrick, Bartek.
Well, Brad Gilmore, a few weeks ago right here on this program, the Samoan Werewolf was in the process of taking Cameron Cole apart when his tag team partner, the other half of the pool, Kendrick Bartek, stepped in and made the save, setting the table for what we're going to see right here this week.
Well, you got to commend Kendrick Bartek for coming to the aid of his partner. One must wonder, where is Cameron Cole here tonight? Perhaps Kendrick Bartek said, I'm going to do this one alone against the Samoan Werewolf, Fatu. I don't know how advisable that is. Okay. Says he's going to be in it for a long night. We'll see. Matt Topolsky, Fatu still undefeated.
Everybody stand up for greatness. Because once again, Reality of Wrestling, we are here. Abel Jackson and the most deadliest man in Reality of Wrestling in the world, the Samoan Werewolf. Stand up for Jacob Fatu.
Stand up for greatness, Matt
It's time
Topolsky.
that you learn. It's time that you show your respect. You're gonna learn today, for this monster will destroy anyone that gets in our way, because I guarantee you, we are going straight to the top. And although we were friends, keeper, he's just a roadblock in the way.
Well, perhaps we can just turn off our headsets and let Abe Jackson do commentary on this thing. Abe Jackson has certainly found his meal ticket in the Samoan Werewolf.
Oh, man.
And Kendrick Bartek is going to try his best here this week. But I got to tell you, Brad Gilmore, you mentioned it before this matchup began. Jacob Fatu still undefeated here in the Reality of Wrestling, and for good reason. It's because he is a devastating force.
Oh, wow, hold on. Fatu to the outside. Kendrick Bartek tried to outsmart the Samoan. Wow, with a palm thrust right to the face.
That palm strike may have knocked Kendrick Bartek right out of his feet here. Head first into that metal guardrail.
Oh, man.
Head first into the ring apron.
That's how you do it. The Samoan Werewolf completely dominating the former tag champ.
Well, Kendrick Bartek out of desperation fighting back here.
Rev up to a count of 6 though, Matt Topolsky. Fatu back in the ring.
Oh! Kendrick Bartek did not have his eye on the prize, and he took a super kick right to the temple as a result.
Wow, oh! And out of the back of the head is Fatu.
Oh, and look at this now. Fatu just biting a chunk out of Kendrick Bartek's hand. On a night when the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions will be in action against the first father and son tag team in Raw history, the action gets started with the Samoan Werewolf. And Brad Gilmore, you mentioned that he's undefeated, and it's not because he's been out here wrestling a bunch of ham and eggers, quite frankly. He's been up against Cameron Cole. He's been up against... Oh, look at this!
But a reversal on that.
Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. He's been up against Brian Keith. He's been taking on some of the top stars here in Reality of Wrestling. Now he's taking on a former tag team champion, and he's having his way with Kendrick Bartek.
You're right, Matt Topolsky. That ring. Not just choking Kendrick Bartek or working over that right shoulder. That's the thing about Fatu. His hands are so powerful.
Everything about this professional athlete is uncanny and unorthodox. His style, his ability, his agility for his size, all things that you see very little of in the sport of professional wrestling. He is the total package and then some, Brad.
Wow, look at that, and a headbutt caught Kendrick Bartek right in midair. And he didn't even phase Fatu. What is he going for here?
Fatu up to the second rope here.
We've seen him use that Samoan moonsault before, but now it looks like an old school. Oh! Landed right on his left knee. Kendrick Bartek barely got out of the way, took some of the brunt of the force, then missed by a splash.
Bartek! Looking for a spear here! Bartek with the biggest win of his career! Oh my goodness! What a near fall! Kendrick Bartek has won so many matches and created opportunities for himself with that spear, but it still wasn't enough to keep down the Samoan Werewolf, and the match continues.
In position for another big spear, Abe Jackson.
There he is, Abe Jackson protecting his meal ticket. Oh! Super kick!
Wow! Into the turnbuckle, into the post.
Oh! Pop-up Samoan drop!
Incredible! Will he get it here? Can he get him over?
Cover! 1, 2, 3!
Wow!
On the part of Kendrick Bartek, but same story, different opponent. It does matter. Right now, one of the most impressive athletes we have ever seen here at the Reality of Wrestling, and his reign of terror continues. Abe Jackson has himself quite a prize. The Samoan Werewolf, Fatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ashley Bull, backstage here with the Dynamite Adonis, JJ Blake. Now, JJ, Clay Roberts has requested a rematch against you.
Again?
Yes, again.
Again?
Yes, he believes that he can defeat you.
I'm playing. Clay Roberts. The kid believes he can defeat me. The kid has some spunk. Okay, the kid, he's scrappy. He over there fighting in the parking lot of Piggly Wiggly in Alabama. The kid got it. And he thinks he can take what he has and take me down. And I'm impressed. I respect that. I truly do respect the spunk, the courage, the audacity of this kid to try over and over and over again to best JJ Blake, the champion of every single television in the world. But he's going to come into this match the same way he left the last match, a loser. Clay Roberts from Alabama has no chance in beating JJ Blake, beating the champion of all television, every single television in the world, the 2-time, 3-time, 8-time, 20, infinity champion of all television. Nothing can stop me. No one can take that from me. And some unknown kid from the Piggly Wiggly in Alabama sure as heck ain't gonna stop me now. He might have gotten lucky. He might have gotten close. But the fact remains, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him again and again, over and over and over until he quits or until I get tired. And I can do that because I'm good, because I'm great, because I'm dynamite.
What? What's going on?
I have a question.
What is your question?
Zach, we've all been wondering where you've been. It's been about a week. We haven't seen you here at World Gym Arena. Are you ready for your match tonight against PJ and Luke Hawx?
My match tonight?
Yeah, you have a match.
I have a match? Against who?
PJ and Luke Hawx.
You're right. I do have a match tonight, man. Oh, God, it just slipped my mind, you know. Man, I had a good week last week. Oh, my gosh. You see, it was just recently St. Patty's Day. I was getting down. I was on that fly dev party bus, had all these girls around. I'm just ready for Cinco de Mayo right now.
Well, the thing is, we saw Warren arrive earlier today.
Oh, Warren's here? Where he at?
Warren is here. He's been looking for you.
He's been looking for me. What does he want?
He wants to strategize.
He wants to
for your match.
strategize. Where Warren at? Oh, I think I see him right there.
Where?
What?
Zach.
Gentlemen, hermanos, once again, Booker T is trying to keep La Familia down.
Yeah.
Pero no se le va a hacer tan fácil. It's not going to be this easy. He can suspend Gino all he wants. This doesn't stop. He can even give Van his rematch. A rematch que no se merece.
He doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve it at all. But you know what? You know what he does deserve? He deserves our vengeance. Because esto representa poder. This is power. And it belongs to us. It belongs to la familia.
Presente!
Así se habla.
For over 13 years, the King of Solar Screens has been an industry leader, and we proudly use 100% American-made products. Home of the $55 any size, any color solar screen.
Well, what about arches?
$55.
What about circles?
$55.
What about rectangles?
$55.
Any size, any color, installed free. The King of Solar Screens, on time, every time.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nancy Perez, and I'm here backstage with Van Harrison. Van, how does it feel to finally get your championship rematch against Aiden Cristiano for the television championship?
You know, I've taken out all of La Familia. Not anyone left standing. And now, when we step in that ring, Aiden, you're going to know and you're going to feel the pain that I felt when you stripped my title from me. When I beat you down and I'm standing over you victorious, you will absolutely have nothing else to do but hail Van.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Booker T, president of Reality of Wrestling. Just want to give you an update on the health of Rex Andrews. And Rex Andrews actually is doing pretty well from his injuries, but Rex Andrews is dealing with some personal issues. As well as Rex Andrews asked for time off from Reality of Wrestling, and he was granted that time off. But the show must go on. Rex Andrews was stripped of the Reality of Wrestling Championship. That next month, pay-per-view, No Limit, there will be a new champion crowned.
An accident in the 21st century presents an entirely new set of challenges. From self-driving cars to failures in new safety technology, if you've been injured in a car accident, you need a 21st century lawyer. After all, you have to make your case here before you can win it here. Injured? Choose the smart lawyer. Call Walker Texas Lawyer now and download the Walker Texas Lawyer app. Welcome back to the Reality of Wrestling. Brad Gilmore and Matt Topolsky. And we have breaking news. We have an update on Rex Andrews, the Reality of Wrestling champion. Unfortunately, due to his injuries, Brad Gilmore, we are hearing that Rex Andrews can no longer compete. He's not medically cleared to compete anytime in the foreseeable future, and therefore he has been stripped of the Reality of Wrestling Championship. I know you have more details.
Yeah, he's not able to fulfill his obligations to the championship. Booker T has made that executive decision to strip Rex Andrews of the championship, but a new champion will be crowned at our April pay-per-view, Reality of Wrestling No Limits.
Absolutely, man. That's big news. And you want to go to realityofwrestling.com to learn more information about our April pay-per-view where a new champion will be crowned. Well, Brad, speaking of champions, the tag team champions are in action in our main event next, taking on the first father and son tag team in Reality of Wrestling history. We take it up to the ring for the main event.
Following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from New Orleans, Louisiana, at a combined weight of 380 pounds, Hawx.
The first father and son tag team in Reality of Wrestling history, and we touched upon it earlier tonight here in the broadcast. We've seen some other father and son tag teams in the past, but they were one-off situations, Brad Gilmore. I even think about Dusty Rhodes and his son Dustin in WCW, but this is a very interesting situation here.
Well, they got a big challenge here this evening because their debut in Reality of Wrestling is against the champs.
I've been off the scenes because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They are the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Zack Mason, Orange
Pure energy. The two-time Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Zack Mason, Warren Johnson, Team Lie Death.
Money get me high, I don't need no drugs. But tell me what you need, I show you where the plug is. I show the whip bread like a cater.
They've been on quite the roll, Matt Topolsky.
Zilla don't owe you not even a favor. Zilla don't owe you not even a dollar. Bitch, you ain't popping, not even your collar. You bugging that bitch, she seem to be bothered. She calling my phone and I can't stop her.
And now some jaw-jacking between the two teams. This is non-title. Championships aren't on the line.
I'll tell you what is on the line, though, is a hell of a lot of respect. And Luke Hawx is a long-standing veteran in the sport of professional wrestling. He's bringing his son, PJ Hawx, up now. has decided to stand behind him in a tag team, and what a statement it would make for the two of them here tonight if they were able to defeat the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Team Fly Death, a team that walked through a gauntlet to get those titles.
Look, some respect here by PJ Hawx. All right, mutual sign of respect. And Matt Topolsky, I'm looking at PJ and Luke Hawx. I can't believe Luke Hawx is even old enough to have a kid.
Well, Luke Hawx is in tremendous physical condition. There's no question about that. In addition to being a very successful professional wrestler, Luke Hawx also acts as a stuntman in Hollywood. Needs to keep himself ready at all times.
Yeah, he shared the silver screen with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Hugh Jackman, to name a few.
Waist lock from behind here from PJ. Some good amateur wrestling here early on. You got it won, as you said, a sign of respect here and a handshake early on.
Oh! Waistlock takedown. Great amateur skills, a pin.
Absolutely.
Wow, I am impressed by
bridge
PJ
here from
Hawx.
behind. Look at this. Another bridge once again into a pin, 1.5. PJ Hawx right now.
He's controlled Warren Johnson as soon as I said that.
Yep. Well, Warren Johnson broke that mount. And now here we go. That athleticism, that speed of 1/2 of the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Warren Johnson, electrifying.
And you can tell how confident Warren Johnson and Zack Mason have become in their reign as the Tag Team Champions. Okay, and another one. He was saying that was some good stuff. And I think he's got to tag in his dear old dad. Oh, and here comes Luke Hawx.
Luke Hawx is asking for it. He's asking for some Zack Mason. Or as he says, big boy.
Well, Zack Mason is the size in Fly Death.
Well, I got to tell you, Brad Gilmore, this matchup is already setting records for the most respect I've ever seen exchanged between opponents before.
Absolutely, but you've got to watch out for Luke Hawx. He is a veteran. Some of this could be a strategy of mind games to play against the tag team champions.
Oh, absolutely. Both of us have been around here long enough to know Luke Hawx and the time Wildcat Sports invaded the Reality of Wrestling. I respect the hell out of Luke Hawx's ability inside the squared circle, but he is not one to be trusted.
Absolutely, but look at the way he still moves. Luke Hawx. Now Luke Hawx and Zack Mason battling, but look at that.
Oh, belly to belly! Oh, Zack Mason launching Luke Hawx around the ring, and he looks stunned by that. Well, welcome back to the Reality of Wrestling, Luke Hawx. These are our tag team champions for a reason.
Luke Hawx not used to being overpowered inside the squared circle. A man who has done it all and seen it all, even been a guest trainer at the WWE Performance Center. Luke Hawx now circling the ring against Zack Mason again. Sure, he doesn't want that to happen twice.
We are still reeling here from the news that broke just moments ago regarding Rex Andrews being stripped of the Reality of Wrestling Championship. We are going to crown a new Reality of Wrestling champion at No Limits in April. And make sure you go to realityofwrestling.com to find out more details about our next pay-per-view, a night when a new Reality of Wrestling champion will be crowned. Blind tag there from Zack Mason. Excuse me, from Warren Johnson. Coming into the ring. Right hand, series of right hands. Irish whip, reversal.
Warren Johnson looking for that head scissor takeover. And 1/2 of the 2018 Tag Team of the Year at the Rewards is lighting up Luke Hawx.
Nice tag right there and monkey flip over the top.
Oh, Wow.
That's Zack Mason showing some great athleticism as well. Cover here, too, and a kick out.
Proving he's not just the big man. Zack Mason has really, he's come into his own, Matt Topolsky, over the last couple years that we've seen him at the Reality of Wrestling. Who could forget at the first Reality of Wrestling Last Stand, almost winning the whole thing. Zack Mason has to be feeling himself at this point in his career.
Springboard from the second rope. Tag team champions now starting to impose their will. And can PJ Hawx get back into the conversation? Help his father out here.
One has to wonder, well, never mind, I was going to say, how is Luke Hawx' gas tank this far into his career?
Oh, wow! Well, talk about gas tank. He just took it into another gear here, too. And a kick out, impressive backbreaker into a power slam now. And Luke Hawx dragging Warren Johnson into deep water and makes the tag to PJ.
But that shows a lot of resiliency on the part of Warren Johnson. Most men probably would have been out for the count right there. Another great amateur wrestling maneuver from PJ Hawx.
I'm going to tell you, Brad Gilmore, I've been very impressed so far here with PJ Hawx, and he brings a little bit something different to the table than his father. Oh, look at that, a beautifully executed snap suplex, hooks the leg. This could be it. Kick out at 2.5. PJ Hawx, a lot of energy and very impressive amateur wrestling skills.
Yeah, Matt Topolsky, I got to tell you, I am super impressed by the team of Luke and PJ Hawx. And now a fresh tag, or a quick tag, to Luke Hawx.
Double hip toss here.
Wait a minute.
Oh, a backbreaker in stereo. This has got to be it. Zack Mason has to break the count. Rarely seen here from Team Fly Def.
Well, a lot of the times we talk about how the brother tag teams have an advantage in reality wrestling. You think about Harlem Heat. They grew up together. They know each other. Every move that they're going to make before they make it. But what about a father and son dynamic? When the father has taught the son everything that he knows, I'm sure he can read the mind of PJ Hawx.
Tag here. Warren Johnson. Over the top. Oh my goodness. Belly to back, so impressive.
And this is what we've seen so much from Fly Def when they get into this mode.
Zack Mason having some fun in there. Look at this roll through here from PJ. Nice reversal. Ducks underneath.
PJ with
What a nice inside cradle there. He got him! He got him! You want to talk about making a debut, Brad Gilmore? PJ Hawx just pinned one half of the Reality of Wrestling Tag Team Champions clean in the center of the ring.
And his father is almost impressed by it as well. He's kind of shocked that PJ Hawx was able to pull that off.
Let me tell you something right now. If this was not a non-title matchup, these two would be headed back to Louisiana with some tag team gold.
That is a shocking upset in your debut to pin the tag team champions. It looks like some miscommunication, perhaps on the side of Zack and Warren. Zack might have had too much fun in there. He said he was having fun. He might have had too much fun while he was in there.
Well, a shocking ending to this week's edition of the Reality of Wrestling. Luke and PJ Hawx making a statement.